And the foundation of Barcelona GSE clearly is Tony Calvó. He represents exactly what the foundation and the school is for in terms of excellence. We are very proud of keeping his memory alive in these regards. It's also true that, as you know, nowadays Spain, and the Conseller knows more than all of us, is not in the best shape. But we want to think that in these years, that obviously not everything has been done that well, we have been doing the right thing in investing in higher education, and in particular, in building up excellence and international competitiveness in that.
Fryer has been an energetic and entrepreneurial researcher, analyzing race and inequality using a diverse set of theoretical, empirical, and experimental tools. Thank you very, very warmly for having accepted this prize, because having your name inscribed among the prize holders provides us with a new and wonderful opportunity to pay tribute to the values that marked Tony's professional and personal trajectory. It is a tribute to your academic excellence and also to your boldness as a researcher, both qualities that I think you shared with Tony.
I'm very grateful to be here to talk a little bit about the work we've been doing in K-12 education in America and its relationship to similar problems around the globe. There's not a city in the United States in which more than 25% of black students can either do math or reading at grade level. But if you had to change one thing to try to eliminate large fractions of inequality in America, it would seem, just in the correlations, that education is really, really important. And so if you, McKinsey, the consulting company, just recently came out with a report a year or so ago, and they calculate that if you take the racial differences in student achievement and you were to equalize those differences, the shock to the economy would be roughly $300 to $500 billion per year. 2 or 3 years ago, we just really were at a loss trying to figure out why is it that you have such differing performance of minority and non-minority students, and why can't it be explained by any of the traditional variables? Right? What we have is we have a distribution of charter school success, okay? On the right part of that distribution are places like the Harlem Children's Zone that are doing phenomenal things for kids. Jeff Canada's like an American hero, okay? And that's great. On the left part of that distribution, you have schools that should be shut down this afternoon. And what we did was we correlated the things they're actually doing in the schools with where in that distribution they are. Okay? Really, really simple, just trying to understand what predicts the effectiveness of a school. The schools that had poor performance looked at kids who were in poverty and said, that's just really bad that you're in poverty. We shouldn't expect so much from you because look how much you have to deal with. Poor you. The schools that we saw that were actually highly effective had the same type of students, but basically said, that's too bad. Now let me teach you the Pythagorean theorem. Okay? That they had high expectations for kids. And these things actually explain roughly 50% of the variance in why some schools are effective and some schools aren't. Some combination of investments in disadvantaged children can raise their test scores in significant ways. Now, what we've done in this experiment is to try to extract what that secret sauce is and put it into traditional schools with labor unions, with a school board, with apathetic parents, with everything that a traditional school will have. And what we're finding, it's very early, after year one, is that we're getting effects that are statistically identical to the best charter schools. And this is not only an American problem, but in the Turkish ghettos of Vienna, in the Somali ghettos in East London, there are all sorts of kids disadvantaged by accidents of birth who are in very, very underperforming schools. And what we've shown is that a pretty simple recipe of getting reasonable teachers and using data and trying to change the culture of the building can have a big effects on their lives, right? So the experiment was done in Houston, Texas, but I actually think its ramifications are far more important, potentially for Europe, than it is for America.